I'm Chronix, and this is Crystal from the most extreme wrestling, and it is August 1st, 2011.
That's right.
You know what that means, August 1st, like one of the most saddest days of the year, because we realize that the summer is coming to an end, and then people have to go back to school, and it's just very sad and very depressing. Is it not?
Yes. I'd rather not talk about it.
But for Monday Night Raw, it's been building and building and building. Because we got 2 weeks until SummerSlam.
That's right.
So we got all these storylines that are just all over the place. And especially here on Monday Night Raw, there's storylines just everywhere.
Flying around.
But first...
Start out with the main... Well, first, we learn that this is now called the post-McMahon era.
I thought it was called the post-Anonymous GM era.
Oh yeah, because he's gone, right?
He or she is gone.
I didn't even notice they were gone.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's just
I haven't
gone.
heard from him in a while.
It's been
Triple
dropped.
H keeps coming out, you know?
The whole storyline's been dropped, apparently. So what do we got on this?
It happens, you know. Storylines drop. Things disappear.
Well, yeah.
Okay, what do we got on what?
Isn't Triple H the first one out there?
No, CM Punk is the first one out there. And CM Punk proceeds to drive me insane by coming out to the ring and sitting down on the ground. I can't stand this. I can't.
He's
it
different.
Immediately loses my attention. You cannot. This is like public speaking 101. You cannot get an effective public speech by sitting on your ass.
People were cheering.
Especially by sitting on your ass on the ground. You're not even sitting in a damn chair. Sometimes you can do a good speech by sitting in a chair, but not by sitting on the freaking ground. When the world leader, when any kind of world leader, when they come out to address their people and there's a dramatic moment, do they come out and sit on the dang curb?
Well,
no.
Yeah, but
they come out and stand with
CM Punk is someone
and speech because it makes you look strong.
But CM Punk is someone different. Triple H couldn't sit down, yes, but he's different. He is like a guy from the 1968. He's got the megaphone and everything.
Sits on the ground.
Sure,
who sat on the ground?
That guy who lit himself on fire that's on the cover of the Rage Against the Machine album, he sat on the...
he was real and everything.
No, he was real. That guy, he was like...
Sat on the ground and lit himself on fire?
Yes, and he didn't move.
What a dumbass.
He didn't move.
What a dumbass.
Because he had the inner peace.
He burned himself alive.
I'm just saying, he did something... He did something effective.
But was he talking? No.
Well...
Exactly.
But... people were cheering for him, so how could...
I don't give a crap!
But people were cheering and responding, so how could you say that it wasn't good?
Because he was immediately boring, because people were just like, oh, CM Punk. But anyways, he sits on the ground, it drives me nuts. Quit sitting on the freaking ground!
But you're not... So his promo automatically doesn't count because he sat on the ground for,
That's right.
for a majority of it.
Yeah.
I think it was better than it has been in a couple weeks. Well, I think it was just good.
And he used a word that didn't exist.
People do that all... Monumentous. People say stuff like that all
That's
the time.
like, look at the adjective, play. It's like right up there with that. Sitting on the ground. At least the other guy was standing up.
The other guy.
Kevin Nash.
Most people stand when they talk.
Yeah.
But CM Punk is different.
Because he sucks.
He sucks because he sat on the ground. It's his style. Raven sat on the ground. He wasn't talking.
Exactly.
But... anyways, we gotta move on because you're anti-sitting on the ground. What if I was to sit on the ground? You know, how
if you were trying to make a speech in front of like a 10, 15,000 people, I'd call you an idiot for sitting on the ground and talking. Anyways, he goes on, he says he's monumentous.
Okay, he does make the belt seem important. He goes and talks about the belt. He's holding up the belt. He's like, look at the belt. And they've been doing this a lot lately.
He was holding up the belt, like a foot off the ground? It's really impressive.
He was standing up at the time when he was doing that.
Yeah.
But there's bringing light to the fact that the WWE Championship is more than just a belt. It's not a belt, according to CM Punk. It's a championship. And all those copies y'all have out there, no matter how authentic they are, because they're produced by WWE, and of course they're very authentic and very realistic, they are not the championship that CM Punk happens to hold, which I think is the real championship, because, I mean, he won it. The one that Cena has is just a replacement, right?
I don't know.
But
I couldn't get past him sitting on the ground. I couldn't even pay attention to what he was saying because I was too caught up in the fact that his ass was on the ground.
Anyways, he talks about how stars have been let go They've been, you know, through the fingers, you know, go on and on and on. Triple H, the COO,
Hitters. And he says, and I was really excited, I re-signed you because CM Punk kept acting like he magically re-signed himself, which didn't happen. And then there was a big pop for John Morrison because Triple H mentioned him and everybody went, woo!
Granted, it was kind of built up to that moment.
It was. But it was cool because there was Morrison.
I know, and he keeps getting mentioned by Triple H, right? Didn't he get mentioned last week?
He did. And then...
Oh, they rip into TNA because they're like, okay, CM Punk is like, I got this microphone and it's like a pipe bomb, and every time I talk, you know, stuff goes off. Triple H says, well, you know, if you were, well, he doesn't say this, but he makes it sound like he's saying, if you were in TNA or any other company,
it wouldn't even matter what you say, because nobody's going to pay attention to you.
I mean, pretty much.
Nobody pays attention to TNA.
Compared, well, nobody pays attention to TNA anymore because they don't exist. They're Impact Wrestling. But the point is, WWE is up here on a business level, obviously, and on a knowledge-based level. People know who they are way more than Impact Wrestling.
Right.
But anyways...
So they go on and on.
So they mentioned that they're like, are you overrated? You know, Triple H is like...
And everybody's like, overrated.
Or I think he mentioned that himself, but they said overrated, and that one guy in the crowd's all like, overrated.
It was great.
That was pretty funny. And then, like, it's you know, it's just kind of funny how, like, you know, you say something, no matter, like, what it is, and the crowd's just going to instantly latch onto it. It's like they can't... It's like sometimes it's like, really, you can't think for yourself? I mean, I don't know.
But... And then, so they go on and they go on, and then, so they start getting in each other's face, and and they're really close, and they're, like, having the whole, like, mono
yeah, are they gonna fight?
Thing. And then, CM Punk's like, be careful who you push, as he, like, looks up at Triple H like this, and his body's, like, this big.
CM Punk's not that short.
I'm like,
I'm gonna look this up.
This is like a Chihuahua threatening a pit bull. Like, really?
I mean... The physiques, you compare the physiques.
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely,
like,
CM Punk is pretty freaking small.
I mean, I gotta give CM Punk credit because he is generating a lot of stuff right now, and he's even capturing my interest. But he sits on the freaking ground.
That scared me.
And he's tiny.
He is tiny.
Like, real tiny. And then Triple H called him a skinny fat ass, which I thought was pretty accurate.
That's kind of a... What does that even mean?
Because he's, like, really skinny, but he's not, like, lean and muscular. He's kind of pudgy. So
I can't even find his...
He's right there. Go down.
I can't see his stupid little face.
Go down. What are you... Right there.
Oh, there he is.
Anyways, moving on past... I don't know what he's doing.
I'm trying to see how tall he is.
Okay, so we're moving past that now, right?
Okay.
We're moving past it. So they're done. Everybody leaves. Punk
he's only
says,
6'1". Triple H is 6'6", so you're pretty much right.
Yeah. Okay, so Punk says... or what? Or you'll beat me up? And then he leaves. Like, I don't know, a 10-year-old?
See, Punk leaves?
Yeah. Punk walks out. Yes, he does. Because they're having this big fight.
Well, I'm just saying, I didn't think it was like he was a wuss or anything. I just thought
I'm not saying it's like a wuss. It's just getting up in somebody's face and saying, like, or what? Are you good ground me? And then, like, walking off. That's like being, like, 10, okay?
That's funny. I mean, gonna get grounded.
That's what it sounded like. Or what? Are you beat me up? That's like what the little tiny kid says to the bully in front of the teacher, and then he gets his ass kicked after school.
Alright, so.
But anyways, so then they have a little backstage thing. Morrison does a little parkour.
Yeah, where Ray's just hanging out, and you keep seeing the shadow in the background, and you're like, what's that? Morrison comes flying. Next, we're going to have the match with all the Divas to see who's the #1 contender. We have Raw superstars, we have SmackDown superstars.
And we have Kelly on commentary. And, like, I've never heard Kelly, like, talk before. And, like, she talks like this, and I just want to strangle her. Because, like, learn how to, like, talk. Like, not like a Valley girl. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty much right, and that's exactly what it sounded like. I liked how Melina got eliminated in 1 second. That was nice.
I did like that.
Now, all the other Divas seemed to got eliminated because they went to commercial break, or actually they got a bunch eliminated, went to commercial break, they come back, there's like 4 Divas in there.
There's like 4 people left. I don't know what happened.
Amazing. Great moment. And
there was a great moment. Finally, a moment in the Divas match.
I know. You got Beth Phoenix just one Bella twin, two Bella twins.
On her shoulders.
Yeah. And she's
like a crazy Amazon woman.
I know, and then...
And she walked out of the ring and dumped him.
And she won, so she's got the championship match now.
And then here comes Kelly, and she's like, oh my god, I'm so happy for you! And Beth Phoenix was like, kapow!
I know, right? Because I was like, please don't let them be happy together. And then she just tore her apart, and I was like, yes!
And then Kelly's on the ground, and like, this is her big, like, on the ground thing. Seriously?
Seriously, bro?
Seriously? So,
but anyways, that was great. So finally, an angle with the Divas that...
I'm really proud.
That isn't like tag teams everywhere making no sense. I mean, it's just... I'm so glad that Beth Phoenix is finally gonna do something.
Alright.
Now we got R-Truth and The Miz backstage. And they're, palling around because they're both heels. And they're going to be tagging in a match that's next. And that match happens to be John Morrison and Rey Mysterio versus Truth and The Miz.
Right.
Whoa, that was a high-energy match. Everyone was flying around.
Then we found out that number one, George Lopez has a talk show.
I actually did know that.
I didn't know that. And that The Miz was on it. That was pretty funny. But anyways, that's a side note. It was a high-energy match, especially at the beginning and the end. I mean,
in my eyes,
lots of people flying around. Morrison actually got, like, the crowd pumped up, like, all by himself.
See, my eyes were on Morrison, as just as those eyes are crossed and staring at you, and just as we have our eye focused on Morrison a lot.
Morrison!
We was like, you better impress us and do something good and get the crowd riled up. And the funniest...
That's one of his weakest areas.
The weirdest thing he chose to do to get the crowd pumped up is to do, like, the Sweet Chin music pump up on, like, the outside of the ring. And then he got in there. Yeah, and everybody was into it, and everybody was cheering him. It was good. And it's like R-Truth and John Morrison, whether they're against each other or together.
They're always good.
They have great chemistry. They're like brothers, you know? It's crazy.
Brothers from another mother.
Exactly.
And then...
what are you trying to say?
That they're different colors. I don't think it's going to shock anybody.
It might.
But, anyways... so Truth then pins Morrison for the win, which was kind of sad, but, we all know he's going to come back.
Yeah, because that means, maybe he'll win
and then,
the pay-per-view.
Then Morrison gets the crap beat out of him. And then they brought out the most deadliest of weapons.
Oh,
the thing that defeated Morrison to begin with. His arch nemesis.
It quenches thirst all across the world.
And it devastates John Morrison. It was
the death water bottle.
The death water bottle.
And boom! It didn't even explode correctly,
John Morrison went, oh no!
It killed him.
And he was down.
It's almost as devastating as Cody Rhodes' Crossroads finisher. It even puts down Ezekiel Jackson. Yeah, he's down for the count. I mean, they might have broke his neck again. I don't
know. When they start bringing out weapons like that.
I mean, I know Stone Cold, he got pile driven right in the middle of the ring in like 1996, but I mean, he didn't get hit in the head with the water bottle.
It's true. The
Rock sprayed him with the water bottle in the face, but I mean, the plastic. I mean, it's an environmental hazard, which is what we're dealing with here. It could end the world, raise the temperatures, and it's already 107 where we live, and it's August.
It's hot.
Now, we gotta move on. Past the death water bottle, we got Vicky Guerrero getting the crowd mad.
Dolph. Yeah, coming out there. Dolph again shows off his awesome promo skills.
Dolph. Even with the hair, he's not doing it.
And he's like, no one's gonna have charisma like me. And Chronic's just, thank goodness.
Forgot about that.
It was funny, but so Alex Riley comes out and he's like, man, Dolph, you gotta get rid of Vicky. And so this is a sign, they're gonna break up soon.
But this sign has been out there forever, and it hasn't happened.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But then I'm just saying, Dolph is not ready to be on his own.
He's not.
He's not prepared. He's not ready to be a big boy all alone in the big world.
Maybe they're just trying to really push it on him. But see, the crowd was actually responding to him very well and booing him and everything. But I mean, that was because Vicky had already gotten him riled up. And then Riley himself, which I've been corrected, it's not a Rod, it's a Rye.
Well, yeah, because A-Rod, like I was trying to tell you, is a baseball player.
Well, I don't know that. I'll look it up.
Oh my gosh. Why did no one should allow him to have this computer right here, okay?
A-Rod.
Oh, anyways.
Is it R-O-D? Howard Rodriguez? Who is that?
A baseball player.
Look, he's like...
American professional baseball player.
Who's that chick with him?
Oh my gosh, will you stop? Anyways, moving on.
Oh no, this is a bad sight.
Oh no.
Oh no, you must have virus protection.
Anyways, so then we have Dolph gets mad and leaves instead of fighting Alex Riley, and so
he's all cowardly.
Yeah. And so then we have, then we move on.
Next match.
Santino. Oh wait, no. Did I skip the one that I didn't watch yet?
No, it's
okay, so Zack Ryder and Santino versus the Nexus dudes. Which I don't really think they're in the Nexus anymore, but I'm still going to call them the Nexus dudes until they prove that they have their own identity. Why is there noise coming out?
Sorry.
But anyways, until they have their own identity, they shall be forever known as the Nexus dudes.
They are David Otunga and Michael McGillicuddy, the son of Mr. Perfect.
I still don't see their personalities come out, so they're still the Nexus dudes.
They're the tag team champions.
Nexus dudes.
Anyways,
Santino has a Cobra glove, and I thought that was great.
You think that's great, but you didn't like Mick Foley's Mr. Sacco?
No, because I don't really know why. I think it's just because I don't like Mick Foley. Like Ric Flair said, I think he's just a glorified stuntman. That's just, and he's whiny. You heard that guy on interviews?
Yeah, he is pretty whiny.
He's a whiny little bitch.
Golly, you are cussing a lot. This is a PG show we're talking about.
You can say bitch on PG.
You said it again. I think we need to save your angry thoughts for people who sit down and Mick Foley for another video.
I'm sorry. I'm on a rant tonight. I can't help it.
Yeah, okay.
So anyway, so Santino, and then, the crowd loves Zack Ryder, as usual. I like Zack Ryder, too. And one of the Nexus dudes pins... I wrote water because I was thinking about the water bottle. I guess
he pins water?
He pins Ryder. That's my bad. I was still thinking about Death Water Bottle and I wrote water.
That's alright. I put August 1st, 2009 up here.
Alright, well anyways, the Nexus dude pins Ryder for the win. Everybody boos. So then we have the match that I didn't watch.
Oh, by the way, Cole mentions... I don't know who he's talking about. It must have been like... Oh, it's talking about Zack Ryder and his internet videos. He's talking about all the losers who post videos every week on the internet.
We're losers!
Who's he talking about? Oh, you.
You.
And you!
That's right.
Losers.
We're all losers.
Yeah. Because Michael Cole said so.
That's right. Okay.
Anyways.
So then we have the match that I didn't watch, right?
I don't know.
Thing. Yeah, you gotta look down at the very bottom.
Del Rio, the Money in the Bank holder versus Evan Bourne. She's not in the... Well...
She's in the shot.
She's only
always like, she's not in the shot. And like, there she is.
Well, see, now we have a mirror behind the camera so we can see what's happening. Mm-hmm. It's really high tech over here.
That's alright. But you didn't tell about the match. Tell about the match. I wasn't watching it. I was doing a puzzle.
Yeah, you were making...
The Sears Tower.
Because you love Chicago.
No, you love Chicago.
But you're doing it because you love CM Punk, who's from Chicago.
No, I'm not.
Anyways, Del Rio is in the match with Evan Bourne, and I didn't really write down anything because I was kind of like, holy crap. I thought, when I got to this part of Raw, I was like, whoa, there's too many storylines going on. You have too many heels now, and you have too many faces. Put some of these guys on SmackDown. What is this? I mean... By the time I got to Del Rio, I was like, I even forgot about him. Like, within 1 week. But, of course, Evan Bourne taps out.
Okay.
And then there's like a beatdown, and Kofi Kingston comes to help. And then again, I'm thinking, what are all these people doing on Raw? Now Triple H is coming out for his final segment.
He comes out and he's like, this is what I'm going to do. And we, probably like all of you, because, I mean, a blind monkey could see this coming, are thinking he's fixing to say we're going to have a match at SummerSlam between Cena and CM Punk, right?
Especially since there's a giant SummerSlam in 2 weeks and we don't have a main event yet.
Right.
But
and so,
who knows what it's going to be.
But anyways, so Triple H is like, well, I'm going to do... And that's as far as he got because John Laryngitis...
Laryngitis!
They ought to call him Laryngitis because he sure talks raspy. So anyways, Mr. Laryngitis comes out... And who is that? I mean, I know. Because you're all into the what are they called? The dirt sheets and the this and the that and the behind the scenes stuff.
And you're not. You're just sitting here and talk about it.
I know, but you informed me of it. And you never mentioned Mr. Laryngitis, so I didn't know.
Well, because I didn't think it was important.
Well, apparently he was really important, so he comes out...
And everyone seemed to respond like everybody knew who he was, and I was like...
I do think it's good, though, because they were trying to bring in, like, the internet people, like us, into, like...
Well, yeah, but I just thought it was weird that so many people in the crowd responded. Because you know there had to have been, like, quite a few people who were like... What? But then they explained it. They were like, this is the senior, you know...
It was good. It was okay. And so, he says to strip the championship from Cena because that's what Vince would want to do. So
that's what I would have done because he's not the real champion.
See, that's not what I would have done. I'm all about the match. But anyways, so then Cena comes out. Cena comes out, of course, and says that Laryngitis is a yes man, and they have history at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. He does an excellent impression of the guy, by the way. I mean, it sounded just like him.
We just sounded a horse. He's like...
Well, see, your impression wasn't that good. You sound like the Godfather. And so Cena says he's going to hit him in the face again. And Triple H says, hey man, it's a great idea. And then Laryngitis runs away.
Yeah, and he's gone.
And he says, you know what, I'm not going to Triple H says, I'm not going to strip you of the title.
No.
And Cena says, that's awesome. And then, this is a very abbreviated version, by the way. So then here comes Punk. And Punk is like, oh, so you're going to strip me of the title? Wham, 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 wham. And then John Cena's like, well, you can't strip me of the title. Wham, 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 wham. And they're having this, like, really, like, whiny fest, right? So then Triple H says, quit whining like little girls. And I want to say, yeah, Triple H. Because they were whining. Both of them. And so, he's like, we're going to have a match at SummerSlam. And everybody's like, gee, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, right.
What? A match? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, we can see who is the legitimate champion.
That's right. So we're going to have a match. And everybody's like, yay, whatever. Then, the weakest ending ever. Okay? It's like Punk and Cena stare at each other. And then Punk holds his belt up. And then his music plays. And then Cena holds his belt up. And his music plays. And this continues for like 5 minutes. And they're having like a cheer off.
Yeah, they're seeing like, who's more popular.
What's happening? And so that was the end. And so...
I like how the last thing you wrote on your page...
was stupid.
In giant, bold, all caps, letters underlined, and exclamation point.
It's because that's how I felt.
I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, it's just a typical ending.
Despite my rant about CM Punk, I was enjoying the storyline because you can enjoy a storyline in which there is someone you hate. So I was enjoying the storyline, and I was getting into it until they started this crap.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really like that either, but I thought it was kind of typical. I mean, what else are you going to do? Have them shake hands or beat each other up? They're, like, not touching each other, and, you know, that's a good thing. They're not getting physical. So when
I'm not touching you. They should have done that.
Just touch me.
I'm not touching you.
Yeah, that would have been real mature.
Hey, it would have been right up there with, what are you going to do, beat me up?
It's good, though. They're not fighting. At SummerSlam, they'll have their match, and we'll see who the real champion is, hopefully. And hopefully it continues to be as interesting as it has been.
It has been interesting. I'm sorry if I ragged on CM Punk a little much.
It was just the moment.
Yeah, the moment was bad, but he is doing pretty good. So.
But you just don't like him sitting down.
I just don't like him sitting down. It just drives me nuts. I can't get past it. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, we'll see next week if he will sit down.
It's like, stand up.
We'll see one of the final weeks of this build.
How lazy are you? Sorry. Go ahead with your recap.
And this Monday Night Raw, I felt was very strong, actually. Even the Divas match was good.
It was.
Even though Kelly wasn't in it.
Man, she was there.
People.
Like, seriously? You like put me on the ground?
People.
What? What?
Ooh.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.